Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel for another interview with former support from SK Gaming, now jungler Treatz. First of all, how are you? How was the off-season for you?
Hello, Laura. Yeah, I'm good. Off-season for me was pretty relaxing, I would say. I didn't expect to play the jungle role here, but now I am, so it will be exciting.
I mean, yeah, you mentioned the big news, so you might as well jump into it right now. You will be swapping to jungle. As you said, that's not something you want to commit in the long term. But before going to that topic, how did that happen and when did it happen?
Yeah, so it happened pretty recently. Overall, we felt like last season we kind of took too many wins that maybe we shouldn't. We felt like the jungle position especially was something that we needed to improve for this season to collect more wins and get higher in the standings, potentially for Worlds even. So yeah, after we didn't really see the change that was necessary from jungle. Ultimately, Tynx was benched. I mean, unfortunate for him. But yeah, I think after that it was kind of like we were looking for options, right?
Yeah.
We were looking at the junglers that were available, and there was not that much time, and also it was very late. Until the roster lock, so we felt like this was the best move for us to get the highest chances of winning.
Okay. Well, I saw that on social media, especially people made assumptions about Gilius, for instance, as a good fit for a replacement. It didn't go through. Is there any names you can drop maybe of people you've been considering to fit with the team to ultimately give you the position in the end?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we were looking for the available junglers, especially those with experience, because I was doing a lot of the calling for the jungler already last split. So we wanted someone with a strong voice that has experience. So obviously we were looking at whoever was playing in the LEC last split, right? So Gilius and Skeens come to mind at first. And people have said that there's a lot of regional junglers that were available, which is true, but they didn't really fit what we wanted. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a big challenge for you. I mean, as you mentioned, we had the EU Masters, so maybe some talent there. Obviously, some talent in the LEC that dropped. But how do you come to the conclusion that the support would be the best fit to go in the jungle? And yeah, how about Jesse's coming back to playing?
Yeah, so what came to mind for us was after we were brainstorming all different combinations of players, right? We were thinking, since I already did a lot of work for the jungle in terms of communication, and I already have some experience playing jungle in Challenger on NA and EU solo queue as well. So I think that move was the first one that we thought about. And I was like, I mean, I can see it, even though it's not something that I want to do. I always want to win, right? I always want my team to have the highest chance of winning. So I was like, sure, I can take the jungle, right? And then for support, it was kind of the same. Like, who can we get? We can get National League player, but then also it would be like a completely new bot lane. And Jesu already obviously has worked now with Jessis for the last split, and they know each other and they know how me and him work in bot lane. So it was kind of like we just plug in Jessis. He talks a lot, I talk a lot, so it will be better for the team overall.
All right. So what I understand from what you're telling me is that you are betting on having good communication and it can help you guys carry through the rest of the games. But when it comes to I don't want to say mechanics because I have no doubt that you can play jungle and that Jessis can still play support. But I think about reactions from Amazing, for instance, when he said that, hey, all these guys think they can play jungle because you don't have to play a hard carry skill champ right now. But when the meta shifts, maybe they're going to have a big surprise. How does that make you feel? And do you agree with this kind of statement?
I mean, overall, I would say that support and jungle probably have the easiest champions to play, at least in the current meta. So I agree with him on that statement, that junglers right now, pretty easy overall. Like Udyr, you just run around and stun people and stuff. Hecarim, just run over people. So in terms of mechanics, sure, there are harder champs, but so is the same for support. Like supports right now are also kind of easy, and they have been harder in the past, which I've played as well, obviously. So I think he has a point, but I also think that every role has harder and more easier champions, and I'm ready for that change if it comes.
All right. Well, you also said that it's not a long-term commitment for you, that you would like to go back to playing support maybe next year. What does it mean to you to make this change? I mean, and take this risk also for your career, because it can have some implications on how people may see you in the future, maybe at the end of the year, if you want to swap teams. Yeah, how do you feel mentally towards this change? And hopefully it goes well, but did you think about every situation?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, there's definitely a chance where I play really well and it gives me like bonus points for next off-season, right? There's also a potential that I run it down, of course, which obviously would not be good. You never know how it's going to go, but I'm confident in myself. And I mean, I think in general, it is a risk, but also I think I want the GMs and everyone in the league to see that I can do whatever it takes to win, right? I'm not scared to take on a new role if that's what the team requires. So I think I'm not really doing it for myself. In this case, I'm doing it for the team, and yeah, that's what I want to do.
All right. And now when you think about the competition in the LEC, all the new jungler, actually the second new jungler, because there's going to be Bwipo also roleswap. We'll get back to that a bit later. But yeah, competition in the LEC, in the jungle, and how you're going to adapt.
I mean, I think LEC junglers, especially the better ones like Inspired, Jankos, Elioya, come to mind very quickly. I think they're insanely good. I think they carried their teams the last split. So I will have a hard competition against those. But I also think the bottom junglers are not like insane. So I think taking on those, especially in early season, will be like a good test for me and a good chance to improve over the split. So overall, I think definitely it will be hard to catch the better junglers in one split playing jungle, but obviously I will do my best and try to help my team as much as possible.
Of course, can't wait. And actually, every week is going to be a new challenge for you, so it's going to be really cool to evaluate through that. And when you think about all the roster swaps we had in the LEC, I mean, you, Bwipo, but also the lineup changes, because it feels like this offseason especially has been super crazy. Why do you think so many teams are willing to make lineup changes from spring to summer when, to me, the way you want to see a team is like build up in spring, then stabilize in summer so that you can get to Worlds. So how do you explain all these changes that we had?
Yeah, I think the biggest part of that is that there's a lot of problems within the team, even when they're playing regular season or playoffs, that people don't really see or think about. But like behind the scenes, there might be something that makes people want to change, right? So maybe even if they have a good spring playoffs, then they still want to change something, which, yeah, it's impossible for people to know, right? But for example, Schalke did a pretty good playoffs run, I think, and then obviously Abelage left and they changed jungler, which was kind of weird, but for them it probably makes sense and you can't really blame them. The same goes for us as well.
How do you see these teams for the most part when you think about Excel, Astralis, yourself, Schalke also, even Fnatic bringing in the rookie on the top lane? Do you see more upgrades, side grades, or downgrades when you think of those teams?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I think overall you want to say downgrades when you look at some changes, but I think for sure every team thinks they've made an upgrade. So maybe somewhere in the middle, side grades here and there.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll see about that in a week, actually, because LEC starts next week. Thank God. I've been looking forward to this for so long. How is the scrim going for you with this new role? Not saying too much about the opponents you had, but yeah, how you've been doing?
Overall, I would say it's gone pretty decent. I think the biggest thing is just getting like a natural flow of the game back after you haven't scrimmed in a while. And that always takes some time. But I think we've had some games where we have this flow and it feels really good. So I think overall I would say it's gone pretty solid, to be honest. But we'll have to scrim a bit more and play some official games to see like how we're actually doing.
It's going to be exciting. Everything is shuffled right now. And last question for you, Treatz. It's been a few days now since it's been announced. What do you think of the community reactions towards the announcement? And is there anything you would like to tell the fans before they see you play next week in the LEC stage?
I mean, I think the reaction towards my change or my side of the story was pretty positive. I saw a lot of nice comments on my post and like I got a lot of nice DMs as well. So I think people understand my side of the story, like doing this for the team and hoping to get the best result possible. But I think SK got a lot of slack for it, which, I mean, it's kind of understandable because it looks kind of memey on the outside, like, haha, coach goes support, support goes jungle, kind of weird. But I think also people need to understand that obviously we do this for a reason that we think is good. Otherwise, we would never do it. And we saw that this was the best opportunity. So it would be nice if people support that, but hopefully we can just pick up some wins and people will change their mind.
It's all about winning in the end when you make decisions like this, and that's how the fans are going to be reassured of this decision. Last question for you. What can we expect from this new SK lineup in terms of style? On the Rift, what's going to be new compared to Spring?
I think in general, we will have a more fluid team, I would say. I think we had a lot of different styles of metas last split, but I think we'll try to be more consistent this split and try to pick up more wins during regular season to have slightly easier path towards playoffs, I would say. We did have a lot of wins in the early season last split, but the end was kind of bad. So I think we're just going to look to be a bit more consistent throughout the split and play more of the champs that we want to play and not try to follow the meta as much.
Right, consistency and new picks. That's what I want to hear. But Treatz, thank you so much for the interview. Good luck in scrims, and yeah, see you in the jungle next week.
Thank you. See you.
See you, and thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the video, and see you for the next one. Cheers.